Well, hello! Welcome to this week's ITL. I hope this finds everybody well. As you can see, this finds me out in the garage like the last few ITLs. It's getting colder out, as you can see. I'm getting my lumberjack shirt, I call it, out. It's getting chilly out. It's getting chilly out. It's finding its way through September. It's getting that cold snap, then we'll get warm, then we'll get into the cooler weather. That's the way it always is around here. That's the way it always is around here. Which makes you think more and more about tightening the house up in these New England states up here. Which, I mean, of course, you always think about, well, power outages. I mean, our the power grid up here isn't that great, really. I mean, we've been seeing a lot of brownouts around here, and through the last few years, I've been collecting the smaller generators. Actually, the 900-watt generators used to be called 1,000-watt generators from the Harbor Freight jobs. The 2-cycle deals where you mix the oil and the gasoline. I mean, they're not that great, really. You gotta watch because they're not clean electric. You really should watch your electronics with them. Yeah, myself, run it. If it blows, it blows. You take your chances. That's what it is. You really do. You take your chances. But lately, I came across, I was able to get my hands on a 3007 watt, 100 watt. It's used, yeah, it's used. It's from Lowe's. It's called a 3000 watt generator, 3200 watt. They don't sell it from Lowe's anymore because, well, it's 5000 watt now. But, I mean, it's enough to hook my gas furnace on it and run it. That's all I care. Keep my house warm. Keep my pipes from freezing. Keep my critters and me warm in the wintertime. That's all I care. What I'll do is I'll fix my furnace up so if the grid falls, I'll unplug my furnace from the grid, plug it into, I got this really incredibly heavy duty extension cord, and I'll plug it into this, which I know what I'm doing. Don't worry, guys. I mean, don't worry. I know, well, I kind of know I know what I'm doing. You plug it into this, and the furnace is no longer hooked up to the house, technically, or the city electric. It's the only thing it's hooked onto is this, except for by the gas. And now, that way the power goes on. All I gotta do is turn my furnace down, unplug it, plug it into the house, turn my mains back on, then turn the switch back onto the furnace, light it off, and everything's back on. Everything's cool. Then I use my little 1000-watt generators for like my TV and stuff like that. And then in the middle of winter time, as far as your freezables, well, the freezables, outside's freezing. Guess what? Outside's freezing. Just let you know. It is just let you know. But I can temporarily run the small generators to my refrigerator if I had to. And it is what it is. But I got enough generators to keep me off the grid for a little while. And I got enough gas stored back for a little while. And I got mix and regular gas to burn too. But I was able to get my hands on that, which doesn't take mixed gas, so that was nice too. But my garage has gotten cleared out even more since last week. But yeah. Enough said of that. But you might notice from last week, yeah, that's new. Well, it's not new, but it's different. Another pegboard added to the wall, which will be hanging up more and more stuff. Sockets and stuff will be hanging on there. I'm getting more and more organized. Getting this place set up. Trying to get it set up for make it nice in here. I've only owned it long enough. And of course you wouldn't notice it. Well, you might notice it. A couple of my friends have noticed it. The glasses. Like the tint. Actually, a few of you noticed it a few weeks ago that the tinted lenses went away because I had tinted lenses for a couple of years. And all of a sudden, no tinted lenses because they were just a slight tint to the lenses, and all of a sudden, because the glare off of the lighting, and all of a sudden the tint went away because I went to my backup glasses. And what had happened was my glasses, I had plastic lenses on my glasses, and my glasses fell off of my face because I was all sweaty and I was working in my basement, and they fell off my face and they hit the floor, and when they hit the floor they broke my left side broke, not just the frame but the lens actually cracked right across, and that was enough for me. I'm like, no, any type of work, and I should have thought this many years ago, because I'm almost a safety Sally, almost, because you only get one set of eyes, guys, and that's cracked so easily. It wasn't a hard hit. I wasn't that far from the floor. It just cracked right out. And those are not, they weren't cheap lenses. They weren't just generic garbage lenses. And they just cracked. Well, they shouldn't do that, even though you'd swear they're just normal glasses. No, they're not. They're not. They're actually safety glasses. You would say, wait a minute. No, they're not. Yes, they are. They're safety glasses. I don't have my shields on, but they are safety glasses. They have the removable shields. I can actually put my shields on, and they have the screw-ins on it, and you snap the screw-ins off if you want to make them permanent. And you can actually get the shields where they're tinted if you wanted to, which, I'll be honest with you, no. And you can get them, they're actually pretty cool, but they're not, even with the shields on, they're not as good as the goggles. I'll let you know that. They're not as sealed as good as the goggles, but they're better than nothing. They're really not. They're not better than nothing. But this is better than, say, something hitting my glasses and getting a piece of my lens in my eyeball. That's what I'm saying. And these are actually, they call WMVs. They're variable tints. So they actually do change. They're like photographic grade. Photographic, they call for normal lenses. But they're still not they're safe for being in the area for welding, but they're not for welding. You still wear the welding shields. um, but they're safe for being in the areas, any general area. Just put in that area. They'll help me see my retinas. But I thought of the general things because I am. I mean, come on, I am a disabled retired worker, and I really don't need the total whole 9 yards. But I need to think of my eyes. I do, and I think we all should. We all should do the best we can with the funds we have, and then with the insurances we have. And so I went ahead and did that. And I went ahead and did that. And I'll tell you what, safety glasses are so affordable nowadays. And they don't have to be the ugly safety glasses like I grew up with. And these don't look that bad. And they got much more stylish than these now. They actually have the wraparounds now that are much, much more stylish than these. These just happen to look like normal script and bifocal script glasses, and I wear bifocals, as you can probably see. And these are just like normal glasses, which I think is cool as can be. So I'm like, they work awesome. And if I didn't tell you, you would never know that they were safety glasses, unless you would actually look directly at them and see in the top corners that they're stamped WMVs. And you would see on the legs where they're stamped. If you didn't know that, you would know. I'm like, you only get one set of eyes, guys. And girls. We need to take care of them. But it took all these years and a drop on the floor and see my glasses. My poor glasses cracked a few weeks ago. And it didn't take me a few days to get them back after I went and got my eyes tested, which they didn't change much for the last year. And the doctor said, "You're taking care of them. He gave me a good job for losing the weight and changing my diet and doing it, which I'm doing really good. I'm almost at 260, which is not that far. I'm not too far from 245, my goal. And yeah, we're getting there. Life's good. Life's great. This is Mike, hoping you all have a great week. Signing out.